So now we're going into question 14 of the rock and mineral exam. So it says basic answers to the following questions on the block diagram below, which shows a portion of the Earth's crust. Letters A, B, C, and D indicate sedimentary layers. So they let you know letters A, B, C, and D indicate sedimentary layers. All right, so that's something that is key to keep in mind. So it says, which process produced rock layer B? So what is rock layer B? According to the reading, which is why we have to make sure to read, it says the letters A, B, and C indicate sedimentary layers. So that means that I have to pick a process that creates sedimentary rock, because B is a sedimentary layer. So when I go and check and see that, one of the things that I notice is for rock layer B is I need to find out, okay, what page of the reference tables gives me the process by which a sedimentary rock is created, right? And so when I go to page 6, and I open and I take a look, I see that there's two processes that directly lead to sedimentary rock: deposition and burial, and compaction and cementation. These two processes directly lead to creating a sedimentary rock. When I'm looking at my test, where I see compaction and cementation, I also see compaction and cementation right over here. And so the correct answer is choice D. All right. Another thing that you could have known, so let's say that you weren't sure what type of rock is layer B. You could have looked at the symbol given for B. And if I go to page 7 of my reference tables, so scroll up. If I go to page 7 of my reference tables, then you'll notice that rock layer B map symbol refers to sandstone, right? If you look at letter B, map symbol looks very much like sandstone. And what do I know about sandstone? Sandstone is a clastic sedimentary rock. So that lets me know compaction and cementation is involved in this process. And so that's why it is choice D. Let's take a look at 15. All right. So let's take a look at 15. So 15 says, base your answers to the following questions on the sequence of diagram below, which forms 4 stages in coal formation. All right, so we see the 4 stages of coal formation. It says, which type of rock is forming above the coal material during stage 2 and 3? During stage 2 and 3. So it has to be above the coal, right? So it says right here, above the coal material, right? So if coal is here, right, they want to know what type of rock is forming in this gray area. What type of rock is forming once again in this gray area for stages 2 and 3? One of the things that I realize is I see a key word. I see burial and I see compaction. I see greater burial and I see compaction again. Now, these words are familiar because burial and compaction, right? They're letting me know that this deals with some type of rock. What rock do we know of that has the process burial and compaction involved in? And so when I take a look and I go to page 6 of my reference tables, I see burial and I see compaction. And where these arrows leading to what type of rock? Sedimentary rock. So your correct answer for number 15 is going to be, as stated right here, it would be sedimentary rock. Sedimentary rock. Now, the answer key also suggested that you could say sedimentary rock, or if you specific any type of clastic sedimentary rock. So within your answers, if you included, let's go to page 7, if you included any type of clastic sedimentary rock, such as conglomerate, breccia, sandstone, siltstone, and shale, that would also be correct too. The reason why it would be clastic and not bioclastic or crystalline, the reason why it can't be any of those is because on the processes, it didn't say that this layer includes any biologic material, right? So it can't be bioclastic because of the fact it cannot be bioclastic because there is no quote unquote biology in these rocks, right? There is no organic material in these rocks. And it's not crystalline because crystalline is formed through the evaporation of seawater. So that's why if you mentioned a clastic rock, that would be fine too. Let's take a look at 16. So it says basic answers to questions 16 through 18 on the photograph of a sample of gneiss below. We want to make sure that we are reading even the background information because it gives us a clue as to what the rock is. So 16 says, what observable characteristic could be used to identify this rock sample as gneiss? All right. So there are several different things that you could have done. One of the first things you could have mentioned, right, is that the layers, right, as we added in our notes, if you mentioned that the rock has distorted or wavy patterns, that would be accepted. If you said that the rock has distorted or wavy patterns, that would be accepted. If you said an answer that there is banding and foliation on the rock, that would also be accepted. What would not be accepted is if you just said, oh, there's layers on the rock. That wouldn't be accepted because of the fact that sedimentary rock has layers too. So that's one of the reasons why you couldn't just say, oh, there's the way the layers are. You have to describe in detail. So you could have said wavy, distorted patterns, or you could have said banding and foliation for 16. Let's say, for example, man, I don't even know how to even describe it. The reference tells us, the reference tables also gives us a clue as to what is the acceptable answer that I saw many people also wrote as well. The rock that we're dealing with is gneiss. And when we look at gneiss, gneiss is a metamorphic rock. Gneiss is a metamorphic rock. And so therefore, some people just wrote mineral type segregated into bands, right? If you wrote that as well, that would also be accepted. We also know that gneiss is foliated. So if you wrote foliated as well, that would be acceptable too for number 16. All right. Now let's take a look at 17. Let's take a look at 17. 17 says, identify 2 minerals found in gneiss that contain iron and magnesium. Iron and magnesium. What page of the reference tables can I find 2 minerals found in gneiss, right, that contain iron and magnesium? Iron and magnesium are elements. They are elements, right? So let's say 2 minerals that are found in gneiss. Let's start off with this. Let's just find minerals that are found in gneiss. Where can I find the minerals that are found in gneiss? Page 7 of the reference tables. All right. So page 7 of the reference tables, when I go to gneiss, I look at composition. I look at composition because composition tells me what minerals make up the rock gneiss. And so that means the following minerals are mica, quartz, feldspar, amphibole, garnet, and pyroxene. So we have 6 minerals that we have to test whether or not they have what the question asks for, which is iron and magnesium. So out of those 6 that we just saw, which one of them contain iron and magnesium? All right. So that means we have to go to our reference tables, right? And we're going to look for iron, Fe, and magnesium, sorry, Mg. So I'm looking for the minerals that was given. Remember, there were 6 minerals. What was the minerals that was given again? When we take a look, it was mica, quartz, feldspar, amphibole, garnet, and pyroxene. Out of those 6, which one has Fe? Which one has Fe for iron? And which one has Mg for magnesium? All right, so we're looking for which one has Mg and Fe out of those 6. So when I look at those 6, give me 1 second. I'm just going to flip. And you should be looking on page 7 of your reference tables as well right now. We're going to test out those 6 minerals, which has Mg and Fe. So let's start off with mica. Let's start off with mica. All right. So I see muscovite mica and I see biotite mica. So let's start off with that. All right. First of all, muscovite mica, I don't see Fe and I don't see Mg. So that means that muscovite mica cannot be it. I'm sorry. Whoops. Muscovite mica cannot be it. Biotite mica, I see Mg and Fg. So that is fine. The other one, quartz, right? If I take a look at quartz, quartz does not have Fe and Mg, so it can't be quartz. Potassium feldspar, it doesn't have Fe or Mg, so it can't be that. Amphibole, I see Mg and Fe, so amphibole is the correct answer. Garnet. Well, we're going to get to garnet because I think that's further up. So let's check pyroxene. Pyroxene also has Mg and Fe. So that would be fine. And then last, garnet. Where's garnet? Okay, here we go. Sorry. Garnet was here. I'll clear that. And garnet, does garnet, I see Fe, but I do not see Mg. I do not see Mg, I do not see Fg. So therefore, I apologize. So therefore, garnet would not be the answer. So your final answer, definitely, you could have said pyroxene, biotite mica, and amphibole. Any of those 3 would be correct. All right. Number 18. Number 18 says, a dark red mineral with a glassy luster was observed in this gneiss sample. Identify the mineral and state one possible use for this mineral. All right. So a dark red mineral with a glassy luster. So out of the 6, which was the 6 minerals that gneiss has? Once again, gneiss has mica, gneiss has quartz, gneiss has feldspar, gneiss has amphibole, gneiss has garnet, gneiss has pyroxene. So out of those 6, which one of those has a, which one of those has a glassy luster? Which has a glassy luster and can be dark red? out of these 6 minerals. So when I look at my reference tables, there's only one that I see. And the one that has a glassy luster, right? A glassy luster and a dark red that was found in gneiss is going to be garnet. All right. You see, it says often sees as red glassy grains. That tells me as a glassy luster, and dark red is on here as well. So what uses could you said? The use is right here. So if you said garnet could be used for jewelry or abrasives, then you are correct for number 18. All right, let's take a look at number 19. So number 19 now. So number 19 says, based on answers to question 1920 on the cross section below, which shows the bedrock structure of a portion of the lithosphere. Letters A through D represents locations in the lithosphere. So this is all in the lithosphere. 19 says, identify one of the most abundant minerals in the metamorphic rock at location A. Identify one of the most abundant minerals in the metamorphic rock at location A. All right. So therefore, we need to find out what rock is A. Now, rock, I see rock A, it has some sort of symbol. How can I find out what A is? I'm going to look at the reference tables. And when I look at the map symbols, I'm going to scroll through sedimentary rock. The map symbol doesn't look the same. But when I look at metamorphic rock, I see marble, right? If we take a look, the marble map symbol looks a lot like the test. Do we see the comparison? Marble, this is marble. And A also, so A is marble. We know that. But what did the question say? We know that A is marble. We know that A is marble. That is correct. All right. A is marble. But it says identify one of the most abundant minerals in marble. Right? So even though A is marble, we need to find the mineral. And remember, rocks are made up of mineral. So I'm going to look at marble. And I'm going to look under what category to find out what mineral makes up marble. When I look at the category composition, I'm going to scroll down and look what I see here. Calcite or dolomite. So if you said calcite or dolomite, either one of those, for number 19, it is correct. So once again, number 19 answer is calcite and or dolomite. All right. And last, let's take a look at number 20. And so number 20 says, because we are at number 20, identify the grain size of the metamorphic rock at location D. So what is the metamorphic rock at location D? It is Hornsfeld. It is Hornsfeld. Right? Where is Hornsfeld? I'm going to look in the metamorphic rock section on page 7. And so I find Hornsfeld, and the question asks, if we take a look at the question again, the question asks, what is the grain size? What is the grain size? The grain size of this rock. So when I take a look on page 7, I have to find my answer under grain size and grain size only. And when I scroll, because I'm looking at Hornsfeld for number 20, the correct answer is fine. So that is the only answer that is acceptable. Some people put values right? If you put, a certain type of diameter, don't do that. You just look at the grain size and the answer says fine. And that is the correct answer. Find the next video for the rest of the questions.